Welcome to Made in Abyss Dawn of the Deep Soul. This is the continuation of Season 1 and it makes no sense and all the sense at the same time. You'll see I'll explain. We start off with the gang descending into the 5th layer following the details described on the guide notes from Liza. They arrived at the Garden of Flowers of Fortitude. Reg and Nanaji sense a strange presence in the distance and so Reg went to investigate. After a closer look, the guy is a underling of Pathfinder. He said, "This place is off limits. Here is your pickaxe and get the f out of here. Tell that to your friends too. I ain't gonna do what you say until you show me what you're up to." Kids these days, alright. Here are some insects that camouflage themselves as leaves. They are from the 6th layer, which makes them an invasive species. After maturing, they hunt for prey, laying eggs inside of you. And so he whips out a flamethrower and burns the whole garden to ashes. The gang continued the journey and descended into the Sea of Corpses. Nanaji tells them that they will be going to Idlefront, the base of Pathfinder, but we have to go through him before entering the 6th layer. Suddenly, a water support collapsed and formed a bridge for them to walk across to get some food. What the f is that? Hamashirama. Me, that's some hamash. After the fantastical meal, they headed to Idlefront. Before entering, Nanaji tells them to keep their mouth shut because information is power. At the entrance, they were greeted by Purushika, annoying Reg by introducing herself, asking them how they got here and their names, then bang, her father is here. Holy crap. God damn, he's cool. Pathfinder appeared and scared the shit out of Nanaji. He congratulates them for setting Mitty free. Reg immediately got defensive, but Nanaji cuts in and asks Pathfinder to let them through. He accepts, but they will need the tumblers of a white whistle to enter, which can only be used by the original owner. He told Purushika to guide them to their room. Here's the toilet, and the stairs here are off limits because the strain of ascending, i.e. the abyss curse. Here's your room, blah 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 blah, but 9 conversations to get us attached to Purushika and goodbye. Nico fell asleep and Reg decides to be on guard while resting, so he puts on his helmet. Nanaji noticed the pattern. It tells the number of users left, and he became worried that Reg might become scrap metal and not be able to use the incinerator if a fight with Pathfinder ever happens, which in both scenarios their journey will come to an end. Nanaji's lying in bed, thinking of a way to continue the journey, and so he got out of bed to get some fresh air and met Pathfinder, telling him that he would like to discuss something. After that, Nico woke up wanting to pee but saw no one in the room. She looked at the toilet and decides not to risk it. So instead she went to look for Nanaji and Reg, but the door they entered through earlier was locked, so the best option in her mind is to ascend the stairs that are off limits with chains on it. There you go. She got cut and disintegrated. Purushika rushed over and applied first aid, telling her that the curse for the 5th layer is the loss of balance and touched. Those cuts are from her falling off the stairs. Rico tells her that the entrance door is locked after taking a look for herself. It's unusual because it has never happened before, so the best option is to ascend the stairs, but this time accompanied by Mania. Sniffing its scent allows you to see a path where the force field is disrupted, nullifying some of the curses. Cut to Nanaji having a conversation with Pathfinder about family. He wants Nanaji to join him in the finalization of the project. Nanaji accepts on the condition that he lets Rico and Reg enter the 6th layer without hurting them. Whoops, I'm a scientist, you see. I can't just let that extraordinary specimen go without a... you know, me want see inside, me want see inside. Metal no good. Use like PP is like good PP. Me want see abdomen next. Nanaji rushes in, tries to free Reg, but the underlings grab him and start referring to Nanaji as blessed. Rico and Purushika came in the nick of time, stopping the operation. She will be reporting this to her father, and so the underlings direct her to the torture seat. Purushika is stunned by the blood she saw and is pulled out immediately by Reg and Rico. Nanaji shuts the door and decides to take refuge outside, exiting using a boat. Purushika apologizes and is going to tell her father to give the hand back. Like that's gonna happen. Pathfinder appears and appoints a bodyguard to Purushika, telling her that she will be a full-fledged lady soon, so witness what is about to happen. I'm not sure what the Pathfinder is smoking. She's a child. If you're referring to the mindset of a lady, that doesn't work either, because you're gonna kill her friends or yourself, which in any case doesn't make someone a lady. You're just gonna make her real sad. And so the gang brought Reg to a sandstone area that smelled like burnt stew, which reminded Rico of something important. After a while, Pathfinder finds Nanaji and Reg. He tells Nanaji that he's going to fix Reg, so come back to my place. But this time, Nanaji isn't playing around anymore. Suddenly, a click is heard from above. Rico is charging up a swing from yesterday and blew herself up. They ascended away. The explosion was there to divert Pathfinder's attention to summon the 7-tailed scorpions. All the underlings are taken out, leaving Pathfinder soloing the whole stage by himself. He emerges from the dust and congratulates them, but it's not over. Reg attacks him and flies a punch, detonating a bomb hidden in his hand. Rico shoots an arrow at the gap of his armor, but that's no ordinary arrow. It contains the larvae from leafed insect, and Nanachi is trash talking. Before the fight, Nanachi has planned out everything. Pathfinder doesn't have cartridges readily on hand. It's something that wards off abyss curses. So this is the perfect chance to submerge him in the depths of the sea that reaches the 6th layer. Next, we'll pull him out to activate the curses, plus a massive boulder. Pelushka came out, crying at the sight of her dead father. The bodyguard is probably sad as well. He takes the whistle from the corpse and rips the helmet off, putting it on for himself, revealing Pathfinder, now with a reptilian tail. He smacks Reg unconscious and shoots darts with 3rd layer curses onto Rico. Nanachi is dumbfounded, asking, What? Where are there 2 of you? 2? What was it meant by 2? They are all me. I'm grateful for your assistance to get Pelushka to this point. Have you ever wondered why you are special, Nanachi? The reason is that you've received the blessing of the abyss due to your emotional connections to Mitty. Love. It's love, Nanachi. I'm not you. That's what he said. Could you ever imagine that the almighty abyss is defeated by the power of love and sacrifice? No, I've never thought of that. Pathfinder took his leave and did some minor surgery on Pelushka by disposing almost everything on her body. A memory appeared during the climbing of the stairs. Rico and Pelushka were chatting about family, friends, the abyss, and Reg's balls. They then ascended the stairs once more. Rico saw Pelushka's silhouette disintegrating in front of her, waking her up in tears. Nanachi felt hopeless, Reg was dumbfounded, and Rico did not give up. She was thinking hard about what relic is Pathfinder using. After piecing observations made by Nanachi together, she concluded, Zoaholic is a relic that copies your consciousness into someone else's, and it looks like a giant ass. Nanachi then theorized that the transferring of consciousness can be done without the mask, but it's limited in distance. The mask is there to act as a symbol, and so with this newfound hope and information, the gang sets off to defeat him once more. On the way, Rico informs Nanachi that Reg's energy source is electricity, but he will lose his memory, so Reg replies with the classic "I won't forget you" cliche. Now the plan is for Reg to enter the power source below Idle Front to suck as much electricity as possible. Nanachi and Rico will distract one guard from above. Suddenly the lights went out, a sign that Reg has taken all the energy, but he has turned into something else. Rico and Nanachi hid from the guard. Mania suddenly appeared and guides them to the processing room. Okay, this will be a gruesome section to talk about, so skip to here if you don't want to listen to it. The processing room is where the chosen ones are stuffed in a box, acting as a skeleton together with their brain, a bit of spinal cord, and enough guts for them to survive a few days, wrapped in flesh and skin. Any sensory organs that might hinder the curses are chopped off. Are used to manipulate their emotions. This is what cartridges is. Nanachi gave in to the fear for Pathfinder, so he helped him in the making of it. Now able to let his frustration out, Nanachi broke down, blaming himself for hurting so many lives. Speaking of the devil, Pathfinder arrives, complimenting Nanachi's ability to remember so much information under such pressure, and invites him back to be an assistant again. Nanachi calls him out on the plan to turn Pelushka into a cartridge to obtain the blessing. Rico begs him to release Pelushka, so he replied with, "Please, put your mind at ease. She's currently asleep, but I will indeed release her." Yes, of course you will. Into the box, you reptilian Evangelion codename 8 = D looking ass mother. Pathfinder thought that they were here for a material called your worth, a live reverberating stone used in the creation of white whistles. But your worth is from human beings. Idle Front used to be a site for sacrificing rituals. The person being sacrificed must have a strong resolve to give up everything to the intended user. Rico pieced all the loose ends back together and finally understood the situation. Pathfinder sacrificed himself, the original self, for your worth. While he was doing that, the idea of cartridges was born. But unfortunately, he can't use the whistle anymore because the ones that come afterwards aren't considered the original user. Nanachi puts his hand out and tells Rico to stop because Reg is here. He blasted his way through looking like an absolute horror show. Some ancestral imagery suddenly appeared and kicks Reg into overdrive. Pathfinder shot darts, useless. Reg flies a punch, but he dodges it. Rico saw Mania running away way and she followed it searching for Prushka. Back to the battle. Pathfinder is quite impressed with Reg and wants to witness the true power of the All-Bad. So he tosses him across the room and fired a Gundam style towards him. Reg deflected the ray by Sonic the Hedgehogging it, flying towards him, but Pathfinder has a secret weapon hidden under his elbow. Asparagus, the same incinerator that Reg has. The blast doesn't seem to bother him too much and effortlessly bits off a chunk of his mask, revealing a bunch of Shaolin guns. Pathfinder would like to see more, but it's problematic if he destroyed more of the facility, so he used another secret far-fetched weapon, trapping Reg under a symbiote-like substance. On the communicator, Riko reported that she had found Zoaholic, and besides it is something crucial to the plot. It's so important that we are not allowed to see it, or Nanachi for that matter, because it literally would end the whole story. But then a bright light disrupted the conversation. Reg was charging up his incinerator. Nanachi immediately hops onto him, trying to talk some sense into the madman, but nope, the blast still went off. Reg woke up from his Mad Max road rage and sent Nanachi to safety. Reg is not sure what happened. The only thing he saw was a bunch of All-Bad inside of him, and one of them took control. As this is going to become a My Hero Academia one for all passed down from generations bullshit. Anyways, the thing that snapped Reg out of control was Nanachi's fluffiness, and he got a boner from that. Nanachi slapped the homo out of him and put a communicator in his ear. As they looked out at the massive hole that Reg created, wondering where Pathfinder is, all of a sudden his underling came out of nowhere and sent Reg into the hole of his own creation. But at the bottom, a bunch of Mitties appeared, and so did Pathfinder, naming each one of those creatures. He is not happy about Reg destroying the ground beneath their feet, so the battle begins. Reg shows off his new skill using the extension of his arm as a barrier, bouncing and flying everywhere. Pathfinder is surprised that Reg is so agile, which is a surprise to Reg too, feeling that someone reminded him how to use the body. Over at Pathfinder, his transformation into a hollow has begun. Nanachi communicates a plan with Reg, telling him to evade, get to the top, and make Pathfinder empty the cartridges. So Reg uses his handgun to open the tank, and one of the cartridges dropped. Suddenly, the water bastion from above decides to implode on itself and sends water down into the hole. Reg escapes using his incinerator and his arm, carving a path back to Nanachi. Following behind is Pathfinder, fully transformed into a hollow. Now the cartridges are useless, so he ejected them all out, and one of them is Prushka. Mania rents out and starts drinking the blood for some reason. Reg is obviously upset at Pathfinder for killing her, but this stupid idiot thinks that it's ironic because the gang was trying to kill him the whole time. Hey yo, I respect your dedication to the craft, but you just came out of a pit with a bunch of kaiju to fight 12-year-olds you personally handpicked, gave hope, and sent to their doom. You have all the reasons to be killed right now, so go ahead. Reg tells Nanachi to get on with the plan. Nanachi relays the message to Riko, but she is devastated after hearing the conversation. Now zooming in on Prushka. She was the daughter of one of the underlings but got into an accident. The curse affected her so bad that it stripped her sense of self away. The henchman said that it would be cruel to utilize her at this point, so he suggests killing her. But Pathfinder picks her up, gave her a name, and adopts her as his own daughter. When she was scared, he gave her an emotional support animal. The time when she was absolutely destroyed by the abyss curse from climbing the stairs, he gave her time, provide care, and told her how to do surgery, I guess, and literally showed her the world. Now all that she could feel was pain from her father flooding in, and her pain became her father's strength. Now here's the problem. It's a bit too late for this sympathy crap. Of course he loved her. Maybe. If not, he wouldn't have received the blessing. But after seeing the shit he has done, it's almost impossible to sympathize with him. Even if he sacrificed the one he loved, which he did, for the sole purpose of receiving the blessing for himself. You narcissistic bastard. Battle begins with Pathfinder and Reg deflecting each other's attacks, creating smoke screens. Pathfinder emerges from the dust, charges at Reg, piercing his claws into his belly button, and starts digging around, but this time Reg has a secret weapon, a foot cannon that is easily dodged by Pathfinder. But again, this is not the plan. Across the field, Riko is charging up Reg's dismembered hand and incinerates Pathfinder's lower half, sending the top half flying. Reg passed out, Riko is crying, and Nanachi walks to Pathfinder. Of course, a compliment is said. Pathfinder finally acknowledges their desire to carve their own path has surpassed his own, so his new aspiration is to see the gang continue beyond their journey. But before this body died, he blessed their journey, and the words struck Nanachi a bit, and so he told him to Shut the f up. Reg woke up with minor injuries according to Nanachi, but Riko had a massive emotional damage inflicted onto her soul. She's uncertain about what to do with the box. It's still warm, and Prushka is spewing out everywhere. She tried to plug the hole, but it's useless. Suddenly, a piece of something came out of the box. Nanachi is undoubtedly sure that it's a live reverberating stone that Prushka has entrusted to Riko, i.e. a white whistle. They then sat at the entrance of the 6th layer to rest and eat. Reg notices that the Pathfinder gang is looking at them, but Nanaji tells them that they're bros now and nothing will happen. And so the journey continues. Everyone hops into the device and descends even further.